Yeah.
Should we start over again? I don't know.
Just going naturally.
Uh,
Anything's up for discussion. Anything you want to ask? Like I don't really know to be honest to what to talk about. I'm up
all
for
right,
anything
so
to be honest.
I
So
guess this will be episode one of our little anime talk show.
just us
Uh,
two.
I have no clue that we were recording, but yeah, I guess later on we'll invite guests and
Mhm.
talk to other YouTubers and stuff.
Mhm.
But I guess it'll be like our own little show and
Yeah.
all that we can do in a while. That'll be fun.
Mhm.
Uh,
Um. Yeah. Oh yeah. Go ahead. What are you gonna say?
any new figures you pre-order lately?
Actually, yes, I did order a few figures. Tomorrow actually, let me check real quick. I have one coming in tomorrow. It's gonna
No.
be Yozora from Bakuwa Tomodachi. Not sure have you seen it or not, but it's a pretty popular anime. And originally I was not gonna get this, but I thought she was pretty cute after looking it over the second time. And I'll be sending the link right now in the chat. So I got her off a user. No, I actually got her up on MyFigureCollection.net in the ads section. So I decided to pick her up, and I just like the figure, so I purchased her. And I
No?
also pre-ordered one more. This was actually last night. She's having a re-release, and I decided to pick her up. I never played the game. I'm pretty sure you heard of Toho Project, and this would be Yukari. And I thought it was a pretty cool figure, so yeah.
Let me see. Do I know? Oh, that's pretty nice.
Yeah,
That's
so
pretty nice.
I'm
So
pretty
you got a
happy.
lot of good stuff.
So anything with you? Or are you just chilling back?
Um, when it comes to figures, I kind of went overboard lately because originally I had a couple of Taiga figures.
Mhm.
I ordered
Yeah.
a while ago. I had like this bunny version, then I had a swimsuit version, and all this.
Yeah.
And they all came out in January, so they were all sent to me. And then my fiance was looking at figures on AmiAmi
Mhm.
and my figure collection, and she's like, "Oh my God, this is so pretty! Buy this, buy this, buy that."
Yeah.
And in the end, in AmiAmi, we basically went for Ultimate Madoka, and we also got wait, let me remember. We got a little Taiga Nendoroid.
Mhm.
Um, then we got a figure from Keion,
Mhm.
and we got one more, which I can't even remember. Then after that, I actually had some figures I bought on eBay for pretty cheap,
Mhm.
like two different Louise figures. So that's coming. So I was hoping to make like a little unboxing video for all of them combined, and
Mhm.
it's gonna be pretty crazy. I have so many boxes in my house.
Yeah.
Impulse buys, yeah,
Yeah, I know. I actually go overboard once in a while too, as well. Kind of
yeah.
indulge. But yeah. I guess I'll look forward to that. Sounds pretty fun.
Oh, actually, one more thing.
Mhm.
I just received an email yesterday,
Mhm.
which is pretty weird. They sent me another Taiga figure, which I ordered. Then it went to discontinued. So I'm like, okay, Hobby Link Japan is not going to send it to me. I'm on the website right now,
Mhm.
and it says order is being processed for shipping.
Oh, so it is gonna
So,
technically go
I
towards
guess
you.
it's coming.
That's a good thing then. That's great.
Yeah, I'm like, oh man, it's gonna be a fun month with the credit card though.
Well, anyway, I'll look forward to that unboxing. Pretty huge package it sounds. If it all comes
Yeah,
in one box. But
out of
yeah.
nowhere.
I think you should also expand to Google Plus because I'm also on Google Plus. There's a pretty big figure community if you're interested, and they
Oh,
actually share a lot of stuff together. And they're actually also trying to find more people, obviously. And I
yeah.
think you enjoy it if I were to show it to you. So, actually, I don't know if you could see it without a Google Plus. I'll send you the link. I'm not sure you could view it if you don't have one. But
My account is Google Plus.
oh, okay. So
Yeah.
Google Plus recently released a feature called Communities, and we basically have a community, and we currently have 800 plus members. So
Uh,
people just post about stuff, talk about figures, whatever, not. So you're looking for a particular figure, they can help you and stuff like that. So if you're
okay.
interested, here's the community. Yep. So feel free to check it out. I'm also there. I happen to. Oh, also every Friday, they have like a Figure Friday challenge where they put a particular theme, like let's say winter, and people just put photos of the winter theme with their figures, and it's just a fun thing they do every week. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah. If you're interested, feel free to check it out.
I just joined. I never even used Google Plus because I never paid attention to it, but maybe this can get me into it.
Yeah, I actually.
Seems,
It's
I
just pretty
like the
fun.
layout.
Mhm. So yeah, that's another thing to check out. And who's watching, whoever's interested, feel free to check it out too.
Yeah, support more anime communities.
Oh yeah,
Have
yes.
cool stuff.
So let's see what else. Hmm. Any games you're playing particularly right now?
Right now, I'm actually playing Nino Kuni. I
Yeah.
put about how many hours did I put into it?
Lots. I was.
Put 13 hours into it, and I love
Jesus.
it. It has to be one of the best JRPGs I ever played. So, if anyone here has a PS3
Mhm.
and they would like to check out a kick-ass game, then I recommend it's one of the best games I have played in a long time.
Yeah, it actually looks really good. I actually like the how do you say? It seems like a not really cell. I think guess you could put it that way. Cell shaded anime graphics, and
Yeah.
it looks really appealing to the eyes. And I heard the gameplay system actually works really well.
Yep.
I heard it kind of like mixed with Pokemon on Tails. A lot of people commented that. So I never played Tails to be honest, so I wouldn't know. Oh no, the show's canceled. No. But yeah, I never played Tails, but I have played Pokemon, so I kind of get an idea on how the system works. But it does
Yeah.
seem intriguing. But yep, it does look pretty cool game.
The fact that they mixed Pokemon and Tails, like that's pretty much two of my favorite series ever.
Yeah.
That's just like a nerd orgasm right there for me.
Well, yeah, it looks pretty cool, and maybe I'll get it in the future. My PS3 has not been plugged for almost a year. It's just sitting there for just like as a display because I have a skin on it. But you
Yeah.
know, it's whatever. Maybe that game would change my mind.
Oh
But
man,
yeah.
that's crazy.
Let's see. Anything else you want to talk about?
Let me think. Right now, I am actually trying to create a new little channel on
Mhm.
YouTube.
Yeah.
We can upload this to.
Mhm.
So I guess whoever's watching this is watching that channel. But what was I gonna say? Well, any new videos that you got coming besides figures, or are you just gonna focus on?
You know, to be honest, I don't really have any ideas right now because for the most part, my channel originally before all this anime stuff, I guess I'll tell a little bit of my background. Before I became an otaku, I was actually pretty much a hater. I was like, I looked down upon people that like, oh, this guy's a loser, you know? Oh man, he
Yeah.
watches this crap. Like, who does it? And then I believe the anime that got me into it was Code Geass. It was not my first anime. My first anime was Gundam, and I was a big fan of mech and stuff like that. And I'm sure a lot of people like mech and stuff like that. So I started on Gundam, but Code Geass was the one that really got me into the otaku stuff. And
Okay.
it's funny because my friends that introduced me to the anime, I'm more an otaku themselves right now. So it's kind of shock to me. But you know, it's a good thing. I'm happy. I like it. I enjoy it. And I finally saw the light. And ever since then, I've been watching tons of anime and enjoying the whole Japanese culture and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's basically my little small background on me. And I don't even know how I even started from that. What was the question you originally gave me? I don't even remember.
Well, if you're gonna basically upload
Oh,
any
yeah,
more
the
videos,
videos. Yeah, currently right now, not really. To be honest, I don't have any ideas because I wanted to collaborate with you, pretty much. To be honest, because I only have pretty much figure. I don't really buy anime, DVDs and stuff. I mainly get figures. So, and originally my channel was all about technology and gaming, because I was a big tech geek. But ever since I made the transition, I don't really have any other stuff to upload. So no, not really, to be honest. Just the figure stuff. And
okay.
yeah, that's it.
Nice. That's a pretty interesting story. I used to be like a
Yeah.
hater in a sense.
Yeah. People wouldn't think
mean-
that right now.
I know, right? I
Yeah.
would have never guessed
Like, this
that.
guy, no way. This guy's been an otaku his whole life. Like, what is this BS and stuff like that?
I know, right? He was a hater? What the hell?
Yeah. But yeah, that's basically it.
That's pretty cool. That's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll maybe talk about how I got into anime.
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Be interested.
I was a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and back in Argentina, they don't really air American shows like, I don't know, like SpongeBob and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
For some reason, Hispanic people absolutely love Japanese culture and anime
Mm-hmm.
and all that, right?
Yeah.
So the TV channels for kids will mostly air Ranma one half, then the show called BTX, Pokemon, Dragon Ball, and all these other shows, Saint Seiya, and never like American shows. So I guess since I was a kid, I was brought up on that.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day out of nowhere, I kind of was never an otaku and paid no attention to anime.
Mm-hmm.
But a couple years ago, I decided to watch Death Note.
Ah.
And I fell in love with Death Note.
Great show. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I was like, what's this show everyone talks about? Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah,
All
it's
right,
another
whatever,
great
I'll check
show.
it out. So I watched it, I fell in love with that, and then that got me to watching my childhood shows, such as BTX, Dragon Ball, to rewatching everything again. And then I just kept craving for more, and I started watching all that.
Mm-hmm.
Then on Netflix, I started watching more and more shows. I think the first show I watched on Netflix was Rosario Vampire.
Uh-huh.
Previously, I watched Soul Eater, but it wasn't on Netflix. I watched Rosario Vampire, and that's how I started with the whole like comedy and romance animes. And that's why I
Mhm.
mostly watch a lot of that now, because my whole life I only watched action and thrillers and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm focusing on that now. So, and when it comes to figure collect, my first figure was Misamane, because I love Death Note so much that I figured, hey, let me buy a figure of her. And
Yeah.
I paid $70, and I thought that was outrageous at the time.
Yeah, for a first, I agree.
I'm like, $70 for a figure? What the hell
It's
is
just a
this?
piece of plastic. What should it be?
Exactly.
Yeah, like this is crazy. But
Oh,
yeah.
Then I'm like, I'm
No.
never gonna pay that much for a figure again.
Now we're spending hundreds.
And then I started looking for Full Metal Alchemist figures,
Mhm.
and my budget was $40. I'm like, there has to be one for $40. I
Mhm.
found nothing. Eventually, I bought an Edward figure,
Mhm.
and after that, I just started buying random figures, and more the budget increased. I'm like, okay, 100, 200,
Mhm.
and that's where we are now. Now
Yep.
I'm collecting figures.
Yep, spinning out of control from
Yeah.
70 to maybe 100, 200 right now. But
Nice.
yeah, that's pretty interesting. Speaking of Death Note, that show is amazing. It almost became my number one favorite show. Unfortunately,
Same.
Sign Gates, stole my heart. But speaking of Death Note, I actually almost finished that show in one day. It was just so intriguing and thrilling how the cat and mouse game was going. And yep, I just absolutely enjoyed that show. But personally for me, it kind of fell off halfway, and a lot of people agree. They kind of extended the story a little too far, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion.
8 year.
But well, there we go. Great minds think alike.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yep.
I like Mello though, but I
Yep.
oh no.
I mean, it's still a great show. People should still watch it, but I just feel that it was just dragged out a little too much. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's just my thing. And yeah. What else can we talk about?
I guess so you said Steins Gate is your favorite like anime ever?
Yeah. As of right now, yep. It's been my favorite for a while now, so yeah.
That makes sense. A lot of people don't know this, but my favorite anime
Mm-hmm.
is actually Soul Eater. I mean,
Oh.
I think that is just pure perfection,
Uh-huh.
and it's more my favorite in the sense that how can I say this? In the sense that I know how good it is and I
Mhm.
love it, right?
Yeah.
It's not maybe the one that touched my heart the most or
Mhm.
that I literally enjoyed watching the most, but in a more critical sense, I think it's just such a perfect show and I love it. And that is my favorite.
It's funny because I rarely hear about you talking about Sodi. It's mostly Rosario Vampire,
Yeah.
Let's see, maybe Metal Alchemist and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But all of a sudden, now we know the whole big secret.
I know. Big secret. Favorite anime.
Yeah.
Solely.
I have
Oh
not seen
man.
Soul Eater myself. It's actually on my plan to watch list, but that list just keeps growing and growing. So I don't know if I'll ever get to it, but hopefully I will, because it does seem like an interesting show.
For real. It does.
Mhm.
You know what? I think with me is a lot of people recommend shows to me,
Mhm.
and it's not that I forget to watch them. I write them all down, but every time I make a video, more and more people are like, "Hey, watch this, watch that," and it's just so hard to watch
Yeah.
everything.
It's like
And I
a.
want to watch everything too, you know?
Yeah. Give me a second. I gotta go check on something real quick. All right. I'll be right
Yep.
back real quick. All right. Sorry about that. Parents calling. Anyways, continue from where you started.
I forgot.
Oh, well, that's great. Let me see. Let me see if I can remember. Jesus, I have bad memory too. We both suck.
Well, what can we talk about? Do you read any manga?
Actually, I'm reading a lot of manga right now. I guess I'll start with a little background of that too. I thought manga sucked. I was like, dang, I'm not gonna read this. I'm just gonna watch the anime and I'm done, just like that. But actually, mangas and anime, to most people don't know that manga and anime sometimes is not actually the same thing. They
Oh
actually
yeah.
don't run the same scenes maybe from the manga and vice versa. So it's actually a good idea to maybe do both if you're interested. Like let's see, one prime example for me is Freezing. I don't know if you heard of it. It's
Yeah.
yeah. Well, yeah. I seen the anime, and the manga's actually still going surprisingly after the anime finished. So there you go. That's one thing. And yes, I do read manga. So yeah. How
Nice.
about you? Oh, obviously, that's a dumb question. Of course, I've seen tons of manga in your videos and stuff
Yeah.
like that. That was a dumb question.
Uh,
But
for me,
yeah.
never interested in it.
Mhm.
Never. Not because, not to put it down, but I was never interested in reading because I don't like
Yes.
reading.
Yes. Same here. Perfect
And
example.
I'm more of a watching person, sitting
Yeah.
down and just relaxing and watching
Mhm.
everything develop. But I actually read Pokemon Adventures once,
Mhm.
and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was the best take on the Pokemon series.
Mhm.
Better than the show, better than the games, better than everything. And after that, I never read anymore. And one day, I decided to buy Rosario Vampire,
Mhm.
and that's how I got into it. Because I'll be honest, the show kind of sucks compared to the manga. And I love the show, but oh my god, it has no content whatsoever.
Mhm.
In one volume of the manga, you can get so much more than in the entire show,
Yeah.
which is pretty disappointing. But I definitely see your point. Once you get used to reading it, and once you get used to maybe just sitting down and enjoying the series you love,
Mhm.
it's just a whole nother world. It's so much content. It's amazing.
Yeah. Usually, maybe in particular, sometimes different circumstances, the manga actually could be better than anime, like as you mentioned for Rosario Vampire. And yeah, I think people should give manga a go, even if you don't like reading. Like I
Yeah,
think it's still pretty fun because some of the mangas is actually pretty simple to read. It's not as people maybe it's not as a chore as most people would think,
yeah,
and you actually enjoy it a lot. So I think it's a good idea to give a manga a try. And I
I agree.
guess yeah, just to throw it out there, my favorite manga, please don't judge it by its name, is Molester Man. It's actually a really
Nice.
good. Hold on, hold on. The name has nothing to do with the manga itself. It's actually a really good manga. You should check it out if you have time. Anyone out there watching this video? It's actually a pretty old manga, but someone recently started to translate it, and it actually reached the top 10 mangas of all time on my anime list. So
Wow.
that's quite amazing because it's a pretty old anime, and the artwork doesn't even look like it's finished. It's like scribble drawing, but
Yeah.
the story itself is really good. It's really realistic. It's based off a story of 2chan. I think that's just Japan's version of 4chan, basically. I don't know if you heard of it. 4chan,
Nope.
whatever. Big. Oh,
Yeah.
it's like
Yep.
similar to Reddit, whatever. And yeah, the story just seemed realistic. You can connect to the characters and such. It's only like 4 or 5 characters, and they have funny names like like Lolly, Big Jugs. They don't really have real names. It's like screen names, but it kind of gives the reader, just how they connect to each other and stuff like that. So I hope you check it out. It's actually a really good manga. Please don't judge it by its name. But give it a chance. So that's my favorite manga of all time as of right now. But yeah.
I'm loving the name. I mean, I would check it out just for the name, to be honest.
Yeah, I was like intrigued, like Molester Man. This must be some dirty, erotic stuff. Just check it out real quick. Nope, it's actually really good and very romantic, I would say. So yeah.
I'll definitely look into it too. That's pretty interesting.
How about you? What's your favorite manga, or what do you like so far?
Well, since I don't have that much, I would just say my favorite is Pokemon Adventures. There's so many friggin' volumes, basically all the way from Pokemon Red and Blue and Yellow to Pokemon Black and White. So it's been going on for years and years. And when do you see, for example, legendary fighting at once? Literally. Like, you got... And when do you get to see characters like, for example, Red appear and Ruby and Sapphire and stuff like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Mewtwo fighting with a giant spoon. You don't get to see that pretty often.
Yeah, it's
the absolutely most epic thing I've ever read in my life, and I love it. I mean, I definitely want to read more, and I'm definitely going to try to buy more because I haven't read that much, and I'm interested in looking up more stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so far, that's the only thing that
okay. So you only read manga from stuff you bought? Is that the same deal, or is it the same deal as like you watching anime or streaming it?
The only ones I read so far were from stuff I already knew about, but I actually bought a couple the other day from stuff that I never heard about, just to try it out, to read the manga first, and then maybe go into the anime. So I'm trying to expand my horizons with all this. There's just so much stuff and so much content and like everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a little overwhelming, but there's so much good stuff out there you can't resist. But I guess you don't really read online, I'm guessing then? You just buy the books themselves in physical form?
Yeah, I'm much rather buy the books because,
okay.
I'm not going to lie, my eyes get really tired when I look at the computer screen for too long.
Okay, alright, yeah, I understand. I see where you're coming from. But, yeah.
I already watch so much anime, I would die.
Oh, well, yeah, that's unfortunate because a lot of good mangas are online, and a majority of people read them online. And unfortunately, sometimes they never make I guess, English version? How do you put it? They never translate it into physical form for the English audience. So it's basically stuck in limbo in Japan. So sometimes those hidden gems are only online. So, just something for you to find out. So some of the mangas you want to check out, they might only be online. Unless you learn Japanese, obviously. You just buy the manga itself.
I mean, I looked at some stuff that was online, like shorter ones, and I enjoyed it. But I mean, if that's the only way to get to it, I'll definitely do it. Yeah. But I do enjoy physical copies of everything, just like whether it's video games, even CD. Still buy. I'm like, I must be one of the few people in the world that still buy CDs.
Yeah, as a collector, I get where you're coming from. You just want to have the stuff and own it as a collector, obviously, and it just feels good to own the physical copy. Okay. But yeah. Let's see, what else? Man, feels lonely in here. Wish we had Kamala too, but this is fun.
I mean, it's great. Been half an hour. Holy crap!
Oh wow, I didn't even check the timer on this. What the heck? I'm having fun.
I found one thing interesting in the anime community,
and
that is when I started doing this. When I uploaded my first review on an Eki type of show, I thought people would be like, "Oh my god, you watch that stuff?" But I realized that most of the anime community watches Eki primarily.
Yeah, it's like people are really open in the anime community. Surprisingly, who cares if you watch ecchi, blah blah, this and that. It's all anime, and people are actually really open to discuss about this kind of stuff.
I love that. I mean, I honestly love that because I feel like sometimes you watch certain shows, like I think I was talking about this with you, To Love Ru.
Yeah.
And I watched it not just because of that. I mean, that certainly adds to the show,
Mhm.
but I'm freaking loving it with or without it. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah.
And I know some people that stereotype those shows. It's like, oh, you're watching hentai. Those shows. It's like go back and watch like Naruto. That's what's good.
Yeah, manly show. Ooh, gee.
You
But
get what I'm saying, right? It's like,
yeah.
oh, Full Metal Alchemist doesn't have any of that. So it's a real anime show. I'm like,
Mhm.
that has nothing to do with it. Nothing at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm kind of glad people. I mean, I met some people like that
Mhm.
in real life more than anything, actually. But the people online, fortunately, are not like that. So that's always good.
Yeah. Hmm. Speaking of Naruto, I actually haven't seen it. I this is a funny story. Back when what was it? When Pokemon used to air on Channel 5,
Yeah.
there's always this particular Naruto show commercial that like pissed me off because it wasn't because it was a Naruto. It was just because I couldn't get to the show, and it was the same damn commercial every time, and it pissed me off. And ever since then, I have a hating for Naruto, basically.
Really?
Yep. And I don't hit the show. I haven't seen the show itself. My friend said, "Why? That's a dumb reason." I agree, but it's just how I was brought up for it, and it does seem like a pretty cool show. And surprisingly, I have not seen any of the big um, shonen shows like One Piece, Fairy Tales, Naruto, another one, and yeah, but I have never seen any of those shows. So that's just another small part of me that I'll probably keep
Yo,
talking about.
are you ready to get flamed?
Yeah, sure, bring it on. I take it on every day. I know there's
Not by
big.
me because we're
I
both gonna get flamed. I've never watched Bleach. I never
oh,
watched
same here.
Naruto.
Yeah.
Not one single episode. I watched One Piece because
Hmm.
not all of it. I watched about 40 episodes of it. I know there's like 2 million episodes. I enjoyed it, but as we were talking about previously, we watch a lot of stuff and it makes it really hard to follow a show that has like 300, 400 episodes
Yeah,
when
agree.
you're focusing on many different shows.
Hmm.
So I never, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if Naruto or Bleach are good or bad,
Hmm.
but I have no interest in them whatsoever at this point in my life. Maybe later on, maybe at one point I'll watch them, but at this point in my life, I have no interest in them,
Hmm.
and I haven't watched them, and I'm not planning to anytime soon.
Yeah, it just looking at the number of episodes is overwhelming, and it's still going. I believe. I'm not sure, to be honest.
Oh,
I know the manga is still going, but
mhm.
yeah, it's just crazy and it's mind blowing. Like people have been like dedicated and loyal to the show.
Yeah,
I've been watching for 200 plus episodes. Gintama's another one. I don't know if you heard of it. It's a
yeah,
pretty 300 plus episodes too, and it's actually number one show on MyAnimeList, surprisingly. So I heard it was pretty funny, but yeah, look, it's a pretty big show.
yeah. I mean, I guess I'm not gonna hate on it ever
Hmm.
because I'm not the type of person to hate. If I haven't watched it, I just truly have no interest in it right now, and
Yeah.
I kind of feel bad because so many people are like, "Oh, the big three, the big three."
Yeah.
No, in my opinion, the big three are Saint Seiya, Sailor Moon, and Dragon Ball. That's the big three because I see them as groundbreaking shows in anime
Hmm.
and shows that basically stereotyped a lot of things, and
Yeah.
other shows took things from them. Like I know they weren't the first ones to do the things they did, but they were the first ones to blow up in a sense with the things they did. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So,
And I think
mhm.
those are the three. So we're gonna get flamed.
That's fine. I got it plenty of times from my friends. Oh yeah, you don't you don't watch that show. You're not cool. You're not true otaku. Blah blah
Oh
blah.
yeah.
Whatever. People should just watch whatever they want to watch, and
Hmm.
don't be shy about it. Just be open. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure the
I mean,
majority of anime people would welcome you, basically.
oh
And
yeah.
yeah. See. Oh yeah, I was curious. Do you have Steam account? I'm pretty sure since you play PC games, Crisis, I heard on your room tour, whatever.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll get that from you later. Hopefully, maybe we can
Yeah.
play sometimes. I have a few games. I don't really play Steam nowadays. I play a lot of League Legends. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you heard of it, right? League Legends.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a pretty popular game nowadays. But I sometimes go on Steam once in a while. So just something out there. Oh, yeah, for everyone who was watching, when we upload this video, we'll put all our info and stuff like our anime list, or Steam, whatever. People just want to join us and stuff like that. That'll be pretty fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
And I just got a. Is it called AnimeOtakuTalkRadio? Is that you?
Yeah.
Okay. I just got the subscription, so. All right, so we get where
I
we're
didn't know
going
what
now.
to name it. We went with that.
That's fine. Who cares? As long as people find it, most simple stuff. There it is. So let's see, what else can we talk about? This is awkward.
Well,
but it's still
what
fun.
I'm gonna say
Yeah, go ahead.
is that hopefully whoever's watching this, hopefully you're enjoying listening to us talk.
Same here.
And if you want to join us,
Mhm.
let us know so we can have more people join in and more guests and stuff like that. And it'll be pretty kick ass. And what else can we talk about? All right, do you have any Bible Black here?
Bible what?
Bible Black?
Yes, I heard of it. That when I first heard of it, I didn't know about any of the hentai stuff. So my friend's just like, "Oh, you should watch this awesome show, dude. It's called Bible Black, and I think it's one of the most amazing shows." Blah blah. I was like, "Oh yeah, sure, I'll check it out." Looked it up. I'm like, yeah, about that. I'm just not into that kind of stuff.
That's awesome.
Like,
It's fun because
yeah.
I heard about it, right?
Mhm.
And somebody sent me clips of it, and I was like, what? Then one day, I'm like, to my fiance, I was like, yo, listen, let's check out this new anime. It's really cool. It's called Bible Black. It's about like witches. I just made up a story. She's like, all right. And I'd never seen it before. We watched one episode, and she was like, what the fuck are you showing?
Yeah, I heard it's some crazy crap in there, and it's a lot of
man.
masochists and like sadistic stuff, like people just enjoying pain and stuff like that, if I remember correctly. But
Oh
yeah,
my
it's just
God.
now it's a
man.
whole joke in the whole community basically. But
It's
yeah, I heard of it. Yes.
Like that one
Yeah.
episode we watched together,
Mhm.
we just sat there like with our mouths open, like, is this real? How did they make this?
Yeah, I mean, not too bad on the whole Japanese culture. They just have a lot of weird stuff out there, to be honest, And Bible Black is definitely one of those things out there. So whoever's interested, feel free to check it out.
Yeah, I mean, oh my.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my.
You're speechless.
But that's what I love about the Japanese culture, though. I think it's just so much imagination. I read a lot of people basically saying it's because they're very oppressed within the culture, to not be weird, and I think that's not true at all. I think it's the opposite. I feel like here in America, people are more oppressed to basically be cool and not like certain things like video games and anime, and to not be judged as a nerd, especially if you're in high school or college. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like you're in college too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And see, that's where I am right now. And you go up to just a random person and be like, "Oh, what's your interest?" And I'm like, "I love anime," and that's what I do all day. They'll be like, "Oh, what the fuck? You're such a nerd."
Yeah.
And I feel like we find it weirder just because people here in America don't look too kindly on it. I don't know how to put it. Like people just
they're just not as open, I guess you could say, put it that way. But
yeah.
I get what you're trying to say, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the way
yeah, go ahead.
you can go to the army and shoot people when you're like 16, 18, but you can't drink till you're 21, and sex is so like taboo supposedly. I find that kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, I get what you're trying to say. Yeah, Japan just seems more open, to be honest. In America, people have to be a particular cult or group to seem cool to the whole society. And in Japan, everyone could just seem to do whatever they want, and people are more accepting. But that's just how two different cultures, how they work. But yeah, that's just my take on it.
Yeah. I mean, to each their own, obviously. I just wish people could be open about what they like without being judged by anyone. It just makes me kind of sad, but I'm just gonna give an example because I suck at explaining things.
Yeah, go ahead.
I had a friend in high school who was the biggest otaku ever, and he kind of introduced me to a lot of anime. This guy, one time you would search his computer, and he would have like hentai pictures all over, all
Yeah.
this crazy stuff.
Mhm.
He would buy like 20 video games a day. He would have every system. Like he was the biggest, let's say, nerd ever,
Yeah.
right? And I enjoyed that a lot. Talking to him, hanging out with him. I thought it was awesome. He went to college, right? And he turned all of that around because of peer pressure, basically.
Mhm.
This guy never drank in his life, literally, never had a sip of alcohol in his life. He goes to college, and now all he does is write on Facebook, "Oh my God, I'm having so much fun drinking,"
Yeah.
like all this shit. And then the other day, he's like, 4 years ago, I was waiting for the Wii in line. Now I grew up, and I'm so cool. He literally said this, and now the Wii U comes out, and I don't even care. It's like,
Jesus. Yeah.
are you kidding me? You can't change. We can all mature and have different tastes as we get older.
Mhm.
But just because you go into college and some people tell you it's not cool, doesn't mean that you should get rid of what you like.
Yeah.
That pisses me off.
I do agree, and I also agree. Same thing. I think you shouldn't let people's opinions affect your hobbies. Obviously, there's it's limited to obviously how do I explain this? I'm pretty bad at explaining stuff. Okay, there's limitations obviously, but you shouldn't let other people's opinion affect what you like. So just be open and do what you like, and surprisingly, society actually affects a lot of people, a person's mentality on how they see things. And in college, even though you mentioned an example, it's actually, well, I don't know if it's in different colleges, but in college it's not too bad. It's mainly high school and stuff like that where people look at you in a different way. Because in my college, there's actually like communities for anime and stuff like that, related stuff. And when you enter college, I think you should be okay. People are more willing to accept you, but of course, there's always gonna be those trolls out there, and but yeah, just find that place that you could be open with and enjoy. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely get what you mean.
Hmm.
You want to hear something funny?
Go ahead, go for it.
I already forgot the password for the account.
Hmm.
That's wonderful.
Can you-
How did I forget the password for the account already?
Sorry, your mic's breaking up a little bit.
Okay. I forgot the password for the
Oh.
account we created
Yeah.
like 2 seconds ago, and right now I'm like trying to reactivate it. Oh my God!
Oh,
Last password you remember required. Well, I don't remember it. That's the whole point. Oh God!
Oh, the show's done, guys. First episode and last episode, guys. We're finished.
No. I'll figure it out.
It's fine.
I got this.
Forget password. Send it to your email. Done. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else? Actually, what's the deal with Kamato? Is he actually coming later or anything like that, or he's just not available today?
I never invited him.
Oh.
No, it's not that I didn't want to, but you know how we. All right. So we basically had this idea, you and me, right?
Yeah.
To to collaborate and to do this type of.
This
thing.
show, yeah.
Yeah, so I figured, since I know you're available and since we talk a lot, like he's a cool guy, but I don't really talk to him as much as I talk to you, or anyone else for that matter. So I figured we could start this own little thing, like the two of us, the radio talk show, right?
Yeah.
About anime and stuff, and then with every episode we invite different people within the community. So he would be like, of course, one of the first ones we invite.
Yeah.
And if he's down to doing this on a regular basis, then it could be the three of us. You know what I mean? But for now, I figured it'll be the two of us just to see how it goes and all that.
Okay.
But it's not that I didn't want to invite him.
Because I just remembered the message. I thought you already had invited him because you asked me you want to do it with Kamato and you.
Yeah.
But that's fine. Just wondering. Let's see. Oh, for future videos, if people have questions or anything, feel free to send them in, and we'll gladly answer them. And yeah, let's see. I'm trying to figure out what to talk, even though it's all opened. Any ideas?
I don't know.
That is the first video. That's awkward, but you know, it's cool. Just getting slowly slipping in.
Yeah, I mean, I hope a lot of people watch this. It'll be pretty cool.
Hmm.
Yeah, but it'll be cool. You know, we advertise it on our channels and stuff, so people can check it out.
Yeah.
So, you know, hopefully.
I think I could get a few people from our figure community. They seem pretty big otaku stuff, and they actually have a Google Hangout. It's basically the same thing. You have a whole bunch of people in one setting and just talking about stuff, and they have it every Friday. So if whoever's interested, you, me, anyone, feel free to join and talk about stuff. Personally, I haven't checked one because I'm a shy person. I haven't entered one. This is actually my first time talking to someone, basically about this stuff online, in chat, in video chat, talk chat, whatever. But yeah, just an idea. People will want to check it out.
What else?
I don't know.
I'm trying to think, but it's like I'm trying to figure this freaking password out right now. It's so frustrating.
Alright, guys, give in your answers. What do you think the password is?
Oh my god. It's like, oh, I gotta figure this out. This sucks. I can't believe I
Did
did
you just
something
make it today?
Can't believe it.
Did you just make the account today?
Huh?
Did you just make the account today?
Yeah, I just made it when
Oh,
we started.
Jesus.
So,
Where's the
literally,
voice
like, I made it 20 minutes ago.
Jesus Christ, we have horrible memories.
I was going through the password and everything, and I'm like, wait, what is the password?
I was gonna say something, but I forgot what it was. Jesus Christ. Oh, you heard of Danny Chu? No.
Sounds familiar.
How do I put him? How do I describe him? I'm pretty sure a lot of people that are otakus heard of him. He's a big. I'll just give you his website. It's really interesting. He's a blogger, but
Okay.
he actually, I would think he's kind of an entrepreneur too. He has his own business now. He used to work for Amazon, Microsoft, and stuff like that. So he has pretty big credentials. So, and he's an otaku. So he started off his own website, and he has his own mascot now. Her name's Mirai Sunaga. I guess that's how you pronounce it. And just something I thought you'd be interested in. He's very open and talks a lot to the community a lot. And he was actually at AX. I believe he attends AX every year. I'm not sure, but that's what I hear. And I just thought you might be interested in him because he's pretty interesting and he talks a lot about figures, anything that's basically Japanese culture. His idea is he wants to bring the Japanese culture into everywhere else in the world, basically. So he wants to spread the culture, basically. And yeah, so whoever's interested in Japan or, you know, Japanese stuff in general, check him out. He's really interesting and he's really popular. So yeah, just thought you'd be interested, basically.
Thank you for sending me that. I'm
No problem.
definitely interested.
Yeah. There it is. We're already learning new stuff.
Oh, man.
Let's see. What can we talk about? I heard of the. Do you check out a lot of games on Steam itself?
I'm not gonna lie to you. The only reason I had Steam was because I played this game called Football Manager.
Oh, yeah.
And I am basically addicted, and that's the only thing I play on the PC right now. So I definitely want to check out other games, but the only time it usually boots up automatically once I'm on my desktop and all that. But yeah, that's pretty much the only game I play.
Now, speaking of Football Manager, I'm actually surprised that game is really popular. I know it's kind of a niche market. Personally,
Yeah.
I'm not really interested because I just think like, oh, manager, spreadsheets, blah 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 blah. I'm pretty sure it's more than that, you know. Yeah, and a lot of people, it's actually a lot of very detailed game, from what I heard. So yeah, just my thoughts, my little things on that. So yeah, it was actually the #1 selling game on Steam for a week, I believe. So and Steam is pretty big. If people don't know about Steam, you should find out, and they have huge sales too. So yeah, that game actually shocked me. I guess you could put it that way. But yeah.
Let's put it this way for them. That game has every single soccer player / football player in the world.
Wow.
We're talking about the players who play in friggin' Vanuatu in their teams and stuff,
Mhm.
they have those players. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have their statistics and how good they are, and it's basically a giant database of everything that has to do with the sport in the
Wow.
entire world, and that's why people love it so much. You know,
Mhm.
it's
That's
how they make it. I have no clue.
sounds amazing.
Oh,
Especially for maybe soccer fans out there and stuff like that.
yeah,
Hmm.
pretty cool.
Let's see. Hmm. There's this one thing I wanted to talk about. It's not anime related. It's another gaming thing.
Oh,
What's it called? There's a program called RPG Maker. It's basically it lets you make your own RPG games, which is pretty cool. And it's on Steam if people's interested. It's for $60. And there's a few games out there made by this program that's really popular. I think you'd be interested too. One of them is called The Witch's House. Another one's called IB. And there's a recently released one that's really getting a lot of attention. It's called Mad Father. So I thought you'd be interested. There are a few videos on it. And I don't know if you heard of PewDiePie? He's a pretty popular gaming channel. Plays a lot of horror
oh
games.
yeah.
Yeah. Are you subscribed to him? No.
No,
No.
because I'm I'm not really. It's not that I'm not interested. I just never subscribed to him.
Oh. Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
I didn't know to him about that too much about him lately.
Mm-hmm.
But recently there's been this whole like scandal with him and
Oh.
money, some crap like
I
that.
wouldn't know about that to
So
be
that's how I
honest.
found out more about him.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, oh, his videos are not that bad, but I never actually subscribed.
Oh well, yeah. I just recently found out about him, and he actually has a walkthrough on that game if people are interested, and it seems really
Okay.
interesting. So thought you check it out. Those two games. We'll list them in the description of this video if it ever gets out and he finds the password.
I got it.
And
I got it.
okay, that's great.
You
That's good.
have
All right,
to-
then
you
we're all
have-
set. So just stuff that people want to check out, and yeah, and they look pretty interesting. They're all horror games, so and psychological stuff. So people are interested, and yeah. Hmm. Man, to be honest, I really wish you played League of Legends. I love that game. So I'm a big fan. Like how you're passionate about Tails. That's my Tails, basically. So unfortunately, no. I know Kamado plays it, but if he goes on the show later, we'll talk about that stuff. But
Yeah.
let's see.
Definitely.
Anything else? Let's see. Ooh. Hmm.
Oh. Yes.
These awkward silences. Oh no.
Oh, what are we gonna do?
It's okay. It's okay.
I guess we could just leave it at that for now,
Mhm.
and then figure out more topics for next week.
Yeah,
Maybe.
sure. Yeah, we can finish it up right now. No problem. And we get this video uploaded and stuff like that. So
Indeed.
yeah. For the first episode, I think we did okay. We've
Mhm.
learned about each other and perspectives and personality and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. And yeah. So should we, after we close this off, I should get the. Do you want me to? Well, technically, we should know. I should know the password so I can upload it and stuff like that.
Yeah, I guess after
Yeah.
you close this out, just stay on. So we'll
Yeah,
talk a little.
just PM me or whatever. You know, I'm always here. So basically,
Yeah.
that's it.
All right,
So
so
yeah, let's close it off.
and look at the description down below. That's the most important part. We'll
Mhm.
have our channels
Yeah.
and all the stuff we talked about down there. So yeah.
All right, everyone. That's it, and hopefully the show becomes a great success. And
I have a good feeling.
all right, and it was great talking to you, and I look forward to next week. Hopefully, we have more guests and stuff
Oh,
like
yeah.
that, and more stuff to talk about. I'm sure we will.
Mhm.
And yep, I'll see the community later, and you later.
See you later.
All
Have
right,
a good one.
goodbye.